What are my qualifications? So let's talk about the fact that I can't even afford a bra for myself. I have 3 nursing bras that I've had since I gave birth to my son. They're like sports bras. I'm a 37-year-old woman and I can't even afford a bra for myself, okay? I have more than a bachelor's degree in college credit. I've taken medical assisting courses. I've completed 3 different personal training certifications. I've successfully grown and managed social media accounts into the 60, 70 thousands with no assistance, all organic. I have successfully enrolled in different various services like Hootsuite and social media management applications for various reasons, including social media growth management, brick and mortar to online business conversion, direct-to-consumer sales. I've done in-person renewable energy sales. I worked for 10 years in healthcare. I administrated the departments of endocrinology and rheumatology at Northwestern Hospital for doctors Carly Scamra, Linda Maletti, and Jolly Gopal, Renee Aronson, Walter Stoller, Susan Burke. We can keep going on all day. My recommendations are long and everlasting. They're impressive. None of that matters if in the real world application I'm not being permitted to earn. What do I mean when I say not being permitted to earn? I mean for 5 years I have been putting resumes everywhere. Everywhere. Target. With all my experience. Starbucks. I'm willing to work as a fucking entry-level barista. I'm 37 years old with 4 children, and I'm not even getting any callbacks with that. For 5 years, 5 years ago, I was thrown into the street, 2037 West Roscoe, from my home. Isn't it ironic that the courtroom in 2017, where I won custody, was room 2037? There is no irony. Everything is intentional. So now 5 years, 2020, January, is when I was unlawfully thrown out of my own apartment at 2037 West Roscoe because you know who was running surveillance on some sort of weird sex schemes that whoever he was in bed with were profiting from, and fraud schemes with all sorts of utilities. And he involved my family, my aunts, my Aunt Stacy, my Aunt Diane, my Aunt Ruby's address, my address at 1827 West Kyler, my address at 2037 West Roscoe, my address at 4505 West Foster, my address at the Patterson Street house, which I won't give. Now, how can you sit here and look the other way for 5 years? There has been no progress made in my situation. None. Nothing has been done to assist me in any way. I have done everything to assist myself. Everything. Literally. What is it going to take? How many years are my children going to have to? And I said this in 2000 and what was it? 19, 20, when all of this began. I expected that I would probably be homeless for like maybe a few days, at most. I expected that, I would always, I figure something out. I've been in my own apartment since I was 17 years old. I've never been, a street person in my life. I was watching some sort of documentary about smart cities and homelessness in the modern world. Singapore is one of the top 5 digital cities. They have no homeless people, none. And everyone has a home and a place to go. But here we are in the United States of America, and we have all of these negative things to say about China, right? And about Asia in general, about we want to bring our manufacturing home and don't manufacture overseas and all this stuff. Well, first of all, no one can afford to live here. Like, what is going on when a studio apartment costs $1,400 in Harwood Heights? What the hell is going on? And now we're talking about Harwood Heights, Harlem, and what is that? Montrose? $1,400 for a studio apartment? I have no idea what the fuck is going on in this country when a studio apartment costs $1,400. Okay? So now put that to the side. Let's table that conversation for now. And let's talk more importantly about the fact that I have been 100% upfront, forward, honest, forthcoming, transparent, informative, organized, together about every single thing that I have been forced to document and, keep track of. No one is paying me for this. There are detectives making money. They get paid a salary. I don't. So we're in a country where I, a woman, a lactating woman, mother of 4 children, been on her own since 17 years old, is being forced to surround herself with people, places, and things that do not serve her purpose, disgusting people, places, and things, troubled people, places, and things, dramatic, stressful, dangerous people, places, and things. No one is giving me a paycheck for doing so, and they're extracting data, information, and, emotion from me on a daily basis for free. And there's nothing that I can do about it. That doesn't sound like the United States of America to me. Not the United States of America that I was raised to believe I lived in. Let's go over the United States preamble, shall we? We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. Where? Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. That's the Constitution that we learned when I was in 8th grade, the preamble. Preamble to the United States Constitution. Is that how we're living now? Targeting and abusing single mothers? What the fuck type of whack-ass shit is this? Where are the men in this country who are allowing this shit to go on? Where are they? Because everyone's so, let's get a woman in office. Why? Why do you think that would be helpful or beneficial in any way? This woman has been sitting in office for 4 years. What has gotten better in the last 4 years? I challenge you to name 4 things that have gotten better, and you're not allowed to lie. Because I don't think you can. I most certainly cannot. Let's talk about it. Even when I was going through the thick of it, I still had a roof over my head. My children lived with me. I had meals on the table 3 times a day. I had expendable income to take them to do fun things, have staycations, go to the beach. I only had a 2-bedroom apartment, and I didn't even have to pay a full price of rent during that time. But even through the thick of the abuse, I was way, way, way better off than I am now. Now, I'm in a position where I am being manhandled by the law or whomever thinks that they're in charge this week. Is it a smart city? Is it an automated process of AI? Is it an integrated effort? Are we puppets this week, marionettes? Are we putting on a show? Who's subscribing to this experience, right? If you know, you know. I'm sick of this shit. I've been sick of this shit. I had a lifestyle where I was having spa services regularly. My children were having manicures and pedicures with me. We each had our own bed. The kids each had a twin-size bed. I had a queen-size bed. They had all their toys, their electronics, their food. And all I had to do to continue that lifestyle was allow myself to be sexually assaulted. And when I finally called the domestic abuse hotline and the sexual trafficking hotline for assistance in 2019, that's when everything crumbled. So basically what we're teaching in the United States of America is a society of, if you're quiet while you're being abused, you'll be rewarded. But if you're loud while you're being abused, we'll fuck you over. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it feels like to me. I'm not in the military. I am a civilian of this country. Heather Gillespie, civilian. I have been manhandled for 4 going on 5 years. My children lived with me from the moment they were born all the way till 2020 when I was unlawfully thrown into the street like basura. Thrown into the street, unlawfully, unconstitutionally. My car, a Cadillac CTS, was stolen from me. First, it was mechanically sabotaged so that it would break down in Valdosta, Georgia, and then it was stolen from me and sold on the black market at auction. Valdosta police are refusing to file a police report about it and saying that it's a civil matter. Nothing about this is civil. Stalking, it's not civil. Harassment, it's not civil. Being attacked and bludgeoned with a tire iron, that's not civil. These are all criminal matters. But I'm just supposed to curl up in my bunk bed with my 6 roommates in a tiny little room and try not to piss anyone off from pumping breast milk, because pumping breast milk for my infant son is a reason for a grown-ass woman to get angry, right? They're trapping me with a bunch of emotionally unevolved and emotionally incapable, which means that these people have been so drained emotionally that they cannot even stand to be around themselves. And that's what I have to look forward to each day. And then there's Xavier. What are you doing? Get down from there. You do not live there. Xavier, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? What were you doing up there?
I asked if I had a paper clip.
That's not a business.
It's a laundry.
Now let's talk about smart cities. Singapore, they have no homeless people. None. But we're in Chicago. Chicago of the United States of Illinois, of America, in Illinois. Illinois, Chicago, United States of America, USA. Chicago, Illinois. Illinois, Chicago. And we have homeless people all over the place. All over the fucking place. I don't understand it. I don't know what the goal is. I don't know what the end game is. I am in a position where I'm so puppeteered at this exact moment that I cannot say yes and I cannot say no. I have to just keep taking one step in whatever direction they allow. It's fucked up. This is the United States of America in 2024. Someday, all this shit. I keep talking to you people about time machine. You can delete my recordings. You can archive them. But the shit will be restored someday. All it takes is the right person having interest. There's an app available to everyone called Time Machine. Apple products have been hosting Time Machine as an app for like 10 years, 15 years, maybe longer. That means that you can restore a cloud or a physical device to a time period from before, even if it's already been deleted. So even if you've gone out of your way to erase a bunch of shit, all you need is this very basic technology, and boom, you're in a space where you have access to your 2007 life, or your 2017 life, or your 2022 life, o lo que sea. Lo que sea. Whatever you want. So, Maybe not right now in this exact moment today will I be vindicated, but I promise I will be. I promise I will be. With regards to applications, we've done this same fucking tired ass cycle. This shit is so unoriginal and lame. Stale as fuck, like I said. They threaten to put you outside in a tent if you don't bow down. Okay, bitch, I've already been in a tent. The fuck? I'm so sick of these motherfuckers. I have to be grateful for a shower. I'm not a fucking prisoner. I haven't killed anyone. I'm a mother. I am a lactating woman with 4 children. And, you know, it seems like the more cracked out these people are, the more access to resources they get. Oh, you're a drug addict with a baby? No problem. You and your baby will put you both in a special place and protect you. It'll be fine. But someone like myself, who didn't succumb to the pressures of, you know, covering up my pain, treating my pain, managing my pain with hard street drugs, well, I'm a failure to both the drug people and the normal functioning citizens. Now I can't be accepted by either demographic, because if you're a normal functioning citizen, you should never be living in a tent. Shame on you. You should be humiliated with yourself. And if you're a drug person, oh, well, you think you're better than us because you didn't do drugs while you were outside in the tent? So I fit nowhere. There's a demographic of me running around in black from head to toe. Well, we have white shoes on today. Wondering where the fuck we fit. Because we haven't been able to find a spot yet. Actually, that's wrong. All of us have found a spot where we fit. It's in our own home, minding our own business. But for some reason, there are other people who are profiting from keeping us in this marginalized and oppressed category. They won't identify themselves because they are cowards, but they exist. And I'm fucking sick of it. I want them all to go and grab their own children. Look at their children in the eye, their privileged little sons and daughters that they have been taking care of like fine china since the day they were born, the way we all want to take care of our children. We all love our children. We have an innate biological response to love our children, period. Circumstances make us different. Environments make us different. Biologically, we all have that desire. So every single person who looks the other way while everyone suffers, tucks their little Sally into bed at night, into her king-size bed with a duvet and the air temperature at a crisp 72 because she likes it that way, and her little puppy at the foot of her bed, and her money in her bank account. And how about Sally goes to war? How about she's drafted next? Because I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm sick of being out here. If it's not too bad, too inhumane, too abusive for me to live like this, let Sally live like this. Let Sally be the one who says that this is acceptable for 5 fucking years. Let Sally come out here for 5 years and let Sally make the judgment call. Because I am owed a check. More than a check. I don't know how the hell life goes from being controlled and manipulated by members of a detective. Let's bring him up again. David Shepard. Anyone want to Google his name? Because he's up for election for the Republican Party. He has a seat on the Senate for the Republican Party. David Shepard. Meanwhile, he was on a recorded line sexually harassing me. Internal Affairs had to get involved and remove him from his position. All of this is on file. All of it. Yet the truth doesn't seem to be helping me in any way. So you people know that law enforcement, a detective, not street level law enforcement, a detective pulled me out of a vehicle where I was driving with my mother-in-law with no criminal record, took me to a black hole site to interrogate me. I told him I had no information from him, and he said you're going to continue to hang out with this group of people, and pushed over a box of evidence into my face and said, this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so. I know that you know them. You're going to continue to call me on a daily basis, give me information about this box of people. And I said, no, I'm not. I have 3 kids. I have 4 now, but I had 3 at the time. I said, I'm not going to do that, sir. And do you know what that man said? If you love your kids, you are, because if you're not, I'll be back to take them from you. I wasn't even 6 months out of my position at Northwestern Hospital. I was probably 6 weeks out of my position at Northwestern Hospital. I'm an administrative professional with 3 children, single mother, newly separated from the father of my daughter, Alexis. And this detective is telling me, you're going to go and you're going to involve yourself in this shit. And if you don't, I'm going to take your kids from you. And I did everything that they told me to do for 4.5 years. And when it was supposed to be over, and I was supposed to be getting my own house, and my kids and I moved to safety, they separated me from my children and threw me into the fucking street with no money and nowhere to go. I slept in my car until they stole it from me and sold it on auction. And that is the truth. And we're living in an America that thinks that that is acceptable. That is fucked up. Fucked up. And my name is Heather Gillespie, and I'll go on any stand in front of any judge and testify under oath to that shit, because that shit is real.